Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of my Pokemon Nuzlocke Colosseum thing. Between episodes I kinda did a couple of things. I walked around here for about half an hour and I had my controller stop working randomly again. I did that, and then I kinda went to Pirate Town thinking, you know what, I maybe actually be able to go into the Colosseum. I think it's called Colosseum there, and in Phoenix Town's the stadium. So I thought I may be able to go into the Colosseum, like battle there a bit to grind up my Pokemon, because that way they're gonna get experience, and we're just walking around. They're not gonna get experience; they're just gonna be able to purify, which I guess are still more powerful Pokemon than Umbreon at the moment, but still. So I went in there, the Pokemon in there are level 50, so I tried dying so much. I made it to the finals without actually putting in any effort, so it's really easy. Going in 20 levels on the level almost, like 15 levels, and then saying, oh yeah, it sure as hell is reacting to me, isn't it? So Meditite is ready to open its door to its heart, which means it's probably going to be evolving into a Medicham actually. So yeah, and I decided, well, I'm not going to be running around for another 4 hours. Detect. I don't know how I like that. Obtain a ribbon. I would like to give a nickname to it. I just don't know what yet. I'm gonna go with Buddha, because he's kind of like a Buddha. I don't know how to spell Buddha, so I'm just going to do something. So that happened between episodes, me getting owned. Technically, I suppose the Nuzlocke is over here because I lost to the Colosseum. I don't know there were level 50s in there. You could consider it cheating and shenanigans like that. Oh, it doesn't even level up. You could consider it cheating and shenanigans like that because I got experience off of it and I didn't like undo it. To be fair, I didn't save before going on, what's up with this controller? I thought this one was working. So yeah, to be fair, it could be considered cheating. If you consider it cheating, well, that's entirely your problem, because I really don't give a damn. So, now that we've purified Meditite, let's go ahead and purify some other Pokemon. How are we going to do that? Because I'm not just going to be walking around forever and ever and ever. So, I figured that I can go into Mount Battle and then axe it again. Before the boss battle at Mount Battle, which is, I think, a fairly important boss battle, if I remember correctly, I do battle like a couple more trainers, which should be enough to purify at least 1 or 2 Pokemon, giving them the actual experience as well. Can you please walk? Thank you. You know what's it's really annoying not having a controller which actually works. So I already beat him. Can I re-battle you? That's my question. Master Dakeem, oh. Who's Dakeem, you might be wondering. So you're number 2, yeah, like you have to defeat the first 10 trainers in you, and then you'll be able to... I should actually lead with 2 Shadow Pokemon rather than 1 in Umbreon. That's a really good point. Well, so yeah, I can battle a couple Pokemon in here. Maybe I can actually catch 1 or 2, I don't know. And that way I can drop the Shadow Gauge a little bit at least. I mean, Umbreon is coming up at level 40, which is kind of decent, I suppose, and Hitmontop has a long way to go. But yeah, Intimidate is going to drop their attack, so I want to talk about something. I'm recording this 15 minutes after this was actually supposed to be uploaded. So I want to talk to you guys about why I didn't upload this when it should have. I may be able to upload it tonight. I may have to upload it tomorrow, which for you guys is today, so I recorded this yesterday. I'm just going to be recording this one video, rendering it out, editing, and rendering it out again. And if you guys are wondering why I have to render it twice, I'll go over that in the future sometime. But yeah, so I had to do a factory reset of my computer because it was getting filled up with all kinds of junk. One of which was Hamachi, because it just didn't want to uninstall, and I wanted to install Tungle, which is a different program which kind of does the same, but it just does it better. So I wanted to install Tungle. Tungle does not work together on your computer with Hamachi. For some reason, just doesn't work. So I tried getting rid of Hamachi. I spent like a day doing that and just didn't want to uninstall. The program itself uninstalled. The driver on my PC, the network adapter, didn't uninstall, so I had to do a factory reset of my computer, which is surprisingly difficult to say actually. So I had to do that, which was a huge pain. You're not going to be able to be caught, are you? No, didn't expect it. So, because I think you can catch Tyranitar later on actually. So that's all well and good, and well, I had to reinstall all my software, which took me... Really, I get frozen! Well, that took me a while reinstalling all the software, which that kind of sucked, but that wasn't the bad part yet. So I reinstalled all my software, and then I saw... Well, I was going to reinstall my software, and when trying to reinstall all my software, I saw I couldn't install Adobe Premiere. And I didn't know why. And it said, you need a 64-bit operating system. Like, I have the 64-bit operating system, because that's what this Windows disk has. Turns out the Windows disk I was using had both a 32 and a 64-bit version on it. And I accidentally installed a 32-bit one. So I had installed like half my programs, and then I had to reinstall Windows again, getting rid of all those programs again, and only to find out that I once again had installed the 32-bit version. By this time I already spent like half a day installing Windows, because installing Windows on my computer isn't that fast because my processor was a piece of shit. It's a single core processor, it's like 2.9 gigahertz single core processor, i3. So it's pretty bad. It should be in a museum, honestly. So by this point I already spent like half a day. And it's just a good way of going about doing it. I'm just pressing buttons, honestly. So I installed it once more, and now finally I have the 64-bit version. I reinstalled all my software once again. That took up like all day, and then I had to go ahead and get a haircut, because I really have to get a haircut. I got a haircut, and then I had to go you know, just repair my bike because it was kind of fucked up, and then I had dinner. And then there was a video which was uploaded, which was totally my fault for actually watching the video, but I wanted to watch a couple of videos, because sometimes I want to watch Let's Players too, you know? So I watched that, and then, yeah, I was like, oh yeah, this video should be up in like 5 minutes. And then well, actually more like 15 minutes. And then I figured, well, maybe I want to go upstairs. So I want to set up Adobe Audition, which is what I use for my audio recording. And now, firstly, I actually had to still had to install the capturing software. So I did that. I still don't have all my software installed. I just have my most needed software installed at the moment. So I installed that, which took like... Did I? No, I installed that before, I think, because it took like an hour. And now I am recording, obviously. But I had to install Adobe Audition. I didn't have to... I opened Adobe Audition and it didn't record my microphone. I was like, okay, my microphone is plugged in. It's the default thing. Why isn't it recording? I closed it. I opened it again. And then I recorded. And then I wanted to do the actual recording. And it didn't record again. And I did a whole lot of stuff. And I don't know what it is that made it actually work. But now it works. So I'm not going to complain. But it doesn't make a huge amount of sense to me. So I spent about half an hour trying to get this recording to work, and it better fucking work now. So after going through all that trouble, I'm finally recording this, and this video should have gone up 15 minutes ago. I was all out of backlog videos. I haven't been able to record anything for a week, because I didn't want to record anything knowing that I would go ahead and do a factory reset, and quite frankly, I have 30 Spiral videos which I had to transfer from this PC to my PC downstairs through Google Drive, because I legitimately couldn't hook up my external hard drive anymore because the drives weren't installed, and it didn't install the drives because it was just, I don't know, pretty much a big virus on my computer without it actually being a virus, because my antivirus protection didn't even think there was a virus on there, but I'm pretty damn sure there was a virus on there somewhere. So all of that happened. And then today, well, actually yesterday the last episode went up, and I was like, oh, I really need to record something right about now. So all of that happened. The universe just doesn't want me to upload this video. So this is going to be a short video, like 15 minutes. It's not going to go into the 20-25 minute mark. It's more of like a kind of update kind of thing, I suppose, than an actual Let's Play part. And I take on these trainers while I'm at it. Because I may as well, because they have to be taken out eventually, and otherwise I would have done it in like a montage probably. So I'm gonna go ahead and defeat like one more trainer after this, and we're into like level 30. You were 37, I thought you were 39 before you were gonna be... Magnitude 8, that's not good, 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 that's actually not bad. Oh, that's, you killed your own Numa, that's so stupid. Why? Why would you do that? That's mean. Don't be mean to your own Pokemon. Do I still have my layout? If I don't, I may have to make a new one. You may actually be looking at a different layout right now, because I may have deleted it by accident. Hyper mode! So much hyper mode! All over the place. Why? Why do you feel it necessary to go into hyper mode so damage? Would you please stop using magnitude? It's scaring me. Also, I don't know how much HP Hitmontop has left. Oh, we can take plenty of magnitudes. No problem. So he's about halfway through his Shadow Gauge, which, if I can purify him, that'd be great. I mean, I want to purify all my Pokemon, obviously. Because once they get purified, the chance of them actually dying anytime soon, really small. But then again, once I'm done with this part of the game, I can actually grind. Because I can go into Mount Battle and grind. And I'll not count a death in Mount Battle with grinding as a death. Because you can only get out of there once you die, I believe. So yeah. We may actually just have to go to the 5th platform rather than the 10th. I'm thinking 5th. I know there are 50 or 100 battles on Mount Battle, I don't know. Enough to grind up on, that's for sure. And at the end, if you've got every single Shadow Pokemon and you've purified all of them, you can meet Ho-Oh. And you can transfer it to your Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. Fire Leaf Green if you really feel like it. So far, and that was the only way to get... Well, it wasn't the only way, because in Pokemon Emerald you could get this event to... I think it was Mirage Island? Maybe Mirage Island, I think it was Mirage Island. To get Ho-Oh and Lugia. And it was a pretty cool event, and I used a Game Shark to get it, obviously, like everybody else ever did. And you could just go up to the top and you battle Ho-Oh and you get him. And he's like level 70, and then you go all the way down to the bottom and there's Lugia in a similar way. And you get him, and it's on one island, and it's literally just like, yeah, have this ticket, you can go to Mirage Island. I mean, as a child, I had this action replay thing, which is kind of... Yeah, action replay was kind of like a Game Shark, but different. I mean, you all know what an action replay is, don't you? And I did all the events. I did the Deoxys event. I did even the Mew event, honestly. I did the Ho-Oh Lugia event. There wasn't a Jirachi event. Spoiler, Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald don't have a Jirachi event. Going to the Moon doesn't exist. Omega Ruby, Alpha, Sapphire. Just... There was a theory back in the day. It was going around my school, but I think it's going around the entire world because kids were smart like that and they came up with these theories. That you actually had to, after the movie was released about Jirachi, and it was something like a 1,000-year cycle, people speculated that the number of successful or unsuccessful tries of going to the moon would have to be 100. 1,000, I mean. Like 1,000. What am I gonna do? But let's just do this. And then you could go to the moon, because 1,000, you know, people were speculating that, and then people started saying no, because that would take like 3 years, and that's ridiculous. And yeah, so that theory died rather quickly, but we're more than 3 years into the future now. So maybe they're like, okay, in the past 10 years since that game was released, they actually managed to get it out, and now you can catch Jirachi. Please make that possible. I just want to be able to catch Jirachi, okay? That's all I ever wanted in my life. I mean, was there ever a legitimate way of getting Jirachi? I think there was through like Pokemon Box, which was the Pokemon Ranch for the GameCube, but it was just no fun. Not saying Pokemon Ranch is any fun, because it isn't. But I think that's the way to get Jirachi, and a Pokemon Ranch you could get a Mew. There was never a legitimate way to get Celebi outside of Japan. In Japan there was a legitimate way. Other than that, a legitimate... There is actually Pokemon Bank. Pokemon Bank came with a Celebi, so it's now possible to have a legitimate Celebi outside Japan. With other legendaries. I don't think there's... I think there's actually a legitimate way to get Genesect now. Arceus is a legitimate way to get it, at least in Europe. I think also in the US, but in Europe there were Arceus events. I don't know if it's actually able to get a legitimate Azure Flute. I don't think there was ever an event in Europe and maybe America, but I don't even think America for an Azure Flute. I think they just gave it to Jirachi, which it's fine. I mean, Jirachi, I mean Arceus or Arceus, however you like to pronounce it. Same could go for Celebi there. Oh, wait a second. No. I think in the English version there was a way... if you had like the notched ear Pichu and some special Celebi, which... Oh yeah, wait a second. No, that's different. In Heart Gold and Soul Silver, if you already have the Jirachi, you can trigger an event at the... I think it's called Exo Forest, something like that. You can trigger an event and stuff happens with like Giovanni and Silver. Critical hit. Oh, it doesn't. Oh, you're gonna explode. You're gonna explode. You're gonna kill my Hitmontop. You're gonna. No. No. But yeah, so. But the Giazball thing, which I think it was a Giazball actually, which was giving it to you in game in the Japanese version. Well, not in game, it was an event, obviously. Actually allowed you to catch Jirachi in that shrine and in Heart Gold Soul Silver. If you bring Jirachi to the shrine, it triggers an event where you can then battle Giovanni. And then people go out and say, he committed suicide after he was beat by another 10-year-old. No, 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 he didn't. He's in a Pokemon World Tournament in Pokemon Black and White 2. He's still alive. Sadly, yeah, but he's still alive. That being said, by that logic of the timeline, if you're gonna go by the Pokemon timeline and every single Pokemon exists in the Pokemon game exists in the same universe, which it obviously does. But if you go with the timeline as people have speculated it should be, by the time of Black and White 2, Red and Blue would be like 20 years old. And in Black and White 2, you can actually fight at least Red, I think also Blue actually, in the World Tournament, and they don't look that much older than in Heart Gold Soul Silver. So I don't know what's up with that. So until the next time, do not forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe to my channel. I'm going to try and get this up as soon as fucking possible. Which is probably going to be an hour and a half after it was supposed to be uploaded. But hey, at least you guys got something. So until the next time, I've been Vlogger, you have been awesome. I have been talking, I didn't expect... I mean, I haven't been recording for a week, so I didn't expect to be able to, like, do this properly, which kind of surprises me. So, until the next time, bye.